Hello and welcome in to Kicks and Giggles TV. Today we will be discussing Taurus personality, insecure and anxious. But before we get into that, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if this is your first time hearing my voice. And for our returning viewers, hello. Taurus, from April 21st to May 20th. Taurus personality, insecure and anxious. Taurians are rather fearful and insecure. They need to be surrounded by good people and material goods to live well. Possessions reassure them and give them confidence. We even get the impression that their aspirations aren't that high or ambitious because they often have to do with accumulating things that are indispensable. Material things make them feel more secure and somewhat reduced with their anxiety. So natives of this sign often own countless things without really knowing what to do with them. It can be anything that brings them a certain comfort and adds to the material aspects of their life, such as food, clothes, furniture, cars, and so on. They hide underneath this shell and accumulate these things to protect themselves. They fear peer rejection and prefer creating a facade that will guarantee them a certain security. Maybe not psychologically, but at the least physically. Taurus always need to feel secure in their life and do whatever they can to obtain it. They constantly feel threatened by one thing or another, sometimes real things and sometimes things that aren't all that important. But they don't admit to that reality. We could even say that they're not even aware of it. To the extent that Taurus natives feel inaccessible and often superior, the fact that they're inflexible suggests an invulnerability. That isn't always true. However, it's hard for them to admit it. And that's why they'll do everything in their power for it to be that way. When Taurus need to externalize all their emotions they've been bottling up inside, they do it through activities and work. They're productive and creative, especially when it's their job. The busier they are, the more they'll keep their mind busy. This will prevent them from getting angry and throwing full-blown tantrums. This rarely happens, though, because Taurus know what to do to prevent it from happening. They're even known to be patient and nice. Still, don't go thinking that you can confront them on their turf because you're in for a surprise. Taurus like being surrounded by people and their door is always open. They're usually social, generous, and welcoming. Most think hospitality should be a given, and that proves that great dedication and interest. Some Taurus use this as an excuse to show off their possessions to people and get recognition from others. There's no hidden agenda here. They really think it's a good way to gain some prestige. Taurus are sincere and only want to love and be loved. They thus constantly look for ways to get people's attention. Given that the natives of this sign are perfectionists, they hang on to the small details. They're also very meticulous, nothing left to chance, and everything reviewed thoroughly. They're excellent organizers and planners, and the satisfaction of others is always felt during projects and events. They can examine and review certain aspects many times before agreeing to anything. This is often how Taurus do things and get characteristics that benefit them. This has been the personality of a Taurus, insecure and anxious. Please tune back in to our next upload where we will go further into the personality of a Taurus, where we will talk about sensitivity and compassionate. That side of the Taurus. This has been Kicks and Giggles TV. Please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if this is your first time hearing my voice. To our returning viewers, hello. Take care.
This has been Kicks and Giggles TV.